From the start, Indonesia's Foreign Minister Adam Malik's day trip to Dili was something of a public relations exercise. At Toro, a small island off Dili, came the first film of Indonesian soldiers in East Timor, forces the Indonesian government still insists are volunteers. Children waving the red and white Indonesian flag were out in force, and the welcoming placards read, "UN hands off, we are already Indonesian," and "We want integration now." The former Portuguese colonial troops Tropaz surrendered at Toro without a shot being fired, but it's significant that only the Indonesian soldiers now carry arms. In Dili, the welcome was even more carefully orchestrated. The crowd of more than 1,000 led in constant flag waving and pro-Indonesian chanting.
Viva Integritas! Viva Timor Leste! Timor Hidup! Timor yang semula! Provinsi Timor Leste! Kami harap state integritas!
With armed Indonesian volunteers and Apadati and UDT irregulars everywhere, it's hard to call it a spontaneous display of pro-Indonesian sentiment. I saw what looked like burnt-out houses from the air, but apart from bullet holes and broken windows in the capital, there were few signs of heavy fighting. None of the leaders of the Provisional Administration had any news about the whereabouts of Roger East, the Australian freelance journalist missing since the fall of Dili. Mr. Malik spent just 1 hour in Dili and 5 minutes at Bakau Airport. Like all guided tours, the few journalists on this trip only saw what the guide had to show. If more than 15,000 Indonesian troops are still engaged in heavy fighting and naval bombardments, as Fretilin claim, then this press party certainly didn't see them. Leaders of the Provisional Administration have said that the visit of the United Nations envoy, Mr. Vittorio Giugiardi, should be postponed because they cannot guarantee his safety. I asked the Secretary-General of UDT, Domingos de Oliveira, what role he now sees for the UN in East Timor.
Well, I want that world should know that when we were in trouble, nobody likes to help us. But now that we ask the help from our Indonesian brothers, why world come here and see us? Let us rebuild our country at peace and with friendship with our Indonesian brothers.
If the UN envoy's visit is as carefully organised as Mr. Malik's day trip, it will be impossible for him to get any true idea of what is going on in the territory. He will be unable to judge the scope of Indonesia's involvement or how much genuine popular support the self-proclaimed provisional government really has.